Hey, what's going on out there? I would like to welcome every single one of you to Warrior Soil. So before I get started with this new video, I would like to say, if you're new around here, I have two rules over at this channel. The first rule is for you to always use your own discretion when it comes to credit cards and credit scores. The second rule, that's for you to verify everything that you learn, whether it's here on this channel, another channel, or anywhere. That should be a rule of life. So getting into the video, this video is going to be about some credit card news, and it's a warning to all of you, including myself, because I have credit cards as well. But if you're out there and you're a credit card holder, or you're someone who's considering signing up for a credit card, or you could be someone who's an authorized user, no matter what it is, this news is concerning you, and there's going to be a message in it. Not only am I going to share this news with you all, but I'm also going to share an important message that you all should be paying attention to, and really it should serve as a warning to you all. And it has a lot to do with what's going on right now and how these banks are benefiting from what's going on right now. So the way how credit card news works around here is I'll read through the article, or I'll read through excerpts of the article, and after I do that, I'll give my opinion and talk about it, and I always leave the link to the article in the description box so that you all can check it out yourself. This article in particular is 3 minutes. It's a 3-minute read, so I want all of you to check that article out after you watch this video. But before I get into that, I would like to say, recently someone asked me, they was like, hey, do you have any advice to someone who has a smaller channel or someone who's considering starting a channel? My advice to you would be always have your own identity, and number two, it will always be to not hate on another channel. When you're first starting off, I understand getting ideas from other channels and concepts from other channels, but it can't be copy and paste. You have to have your own style if you want longevity here on YouTube. And I tell you that as a smaller channel myself, but I have experienced some growth. So that was my message to them, and that would be my message to any of you who are considering starting a channel on YouTube or any other platform. Just be consistent and focus on you and remain positive. But I'm not going to hold you all up any longer. Let's get right into it. So this article was posted on Yahoo Finance, and it's actually from Fortune, but Yahoo Finance posts Fortune articles from time to time. It says, American consumers are still buying like crazy, but the largest credit card companies are stashing away funds for a rainy day. Now, this was put out on Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025. And as I stated, it's a 3-minute read. As the stock market remains volatile, amid the aftermath of President Donald Trump's so-called Liberation Day tariffs, consumer spending has not been significantly impacted, at least not yet. During quarterly earnings calls, credit card companies offered strong outlooks in regard to consumer spending, but many have taken measures to mitigate losses amid a potential economic downturn. As President Donald Trump's trade policy have contributed to stock market unrest, the fallout from his so-called Liberation Day tariffs has yet to hit the quarterly financial reports of the country's largest lenders, where consumer spending patterns are often first to emerge. Earnings reports for credit card companies remain strong as consumers borrowed, spent, and opened credit cards more so than the prior year. It says, quote unquote, the consumer continues to be resilient and discerning in their spend. Citigroup's chief financial officer, Mark Mason, said during the company's earnings call last week. Mason also emphasized a revised consumer sentiment. It says, quote unquote, we've seen a shift towards essentials and away from travel and entertainment, Mason said. Now, the quarterly earnings call that they're referring to was done in mid-April of 2025. Now, one interesting thing was mentioned in this, and it relates back to a video featuring an article that I posted a couple of months ago, and it said that Americans, they were out spending money last year in the fourth quarter, and they were spending it on travel and entertainment and those type of things. Well, the CFO from Citigroup, as you see in this article, he stated that they're witnessing a shift from people spending on travel and entertainment to now they're spending on essentials. That's what they're using their credit cards for. And I'm gonna be honest with you all, I expected this because now we're starting to get into that point with the economy where more people are starting to become tight with money, and they're second guessing spending on travel, and they're second guessing with spending on entertainment. So one thing is probably going to start to happen, and that's going to be the airlines and all of the hotels begin to be impacted. Now, you all may say, well, people are always going to travel. They're always going to have important things to do. Maybe they have to go back home and visit family, or they take a family vacation, or maybe they're going to do business. And that's true. Those things do happen, and those things are going to happen no matter how the economy is. However, when it comes to leisure spending and discretionary spending towards travel, like, hey, me and my friends, we just want to go to Paris for the week. Or, hey, me and my friends, we just want to go to Mexico for the weekend, or whatever it may be. You're going to start seeing those type of things cutting down. And I believe that the student loan situation is going to have a lot to do with that, because people are like, hey, I got to worry about these student loans now. I can't really afford to take these trips where I'm spending money in entertainment and I'm using that credit card. I have to use my credit card for essentials just to get by. So we're going to get further into the article, all right? JP Morgan Chase reported a 7% increase in credit and debit card spending year over year, but noted people were carrying elevated credit card balances. Additionally, Bank of America outlined a 4% bump in credit and debit card spending from a year earlier, coupled by a decline in late payments from loan holders over the previous quarter. Despite positive growth, major credit card companies are preparing for an economic downturn, and delinquencies are already rising to their highest level in 5 years. It says, quote unquote, the focus right now is on the future, which is obviously unusually uncertain. JP Morgan Chase Finance Chief Jeremy Barnum said during the bank's most recent earnings call on April 11th. As JP Morgan holds the risk of a recession at 60%, the bank added to its rainy day funds in case of any future losses by increasing its allowance for credit losses by $973 million, bringing its net reserve total to $27.6 billion. The ACL, allowance for credit losses, acts as a buffer to cover those losses if customers don't pay their credit card bills. I'm going to stop right there. You see what JP Morgan Chase is doing. They're adding backup just in case consumers decide to not pay their credit card bills. So these banks, they're preparing themselves for what's about to happen. But one thing that I want you all to realize, and I really wanted to hit home with you all, the banks are still bringing in more money and more profit than years prior. They're like, hey, consumers are still spending, but the banks are also preparing for an economic downturn. They're predicting that it's a 60% chance that we'll have a recession, and they're preparing for the losses, and they're preparing for the losses by stashing money from the profits that they're gaining. And if you ask me, a lot of us should prepare by doing the same, but we're going to get further into it. Additionally, the company allocated $3.3 billion into its loan loss provisions, a 73% increase from the $1.9 billion issued to combat unpaid loans from a year prior. JP Morgan also maintained $1.5 trillion in cash and marketable securities. JP Morgan did not immediately respond to Fortune's request for comment. In addition to JP Morgan, Citi is maintaining security if an economic downturn happens. The bank increased its cost of credit by more than 15% from the year before to $2.7 billion. Additionally, Citi boosted its total reserve by $1 billion in the first quarter, from $21.8 billion to $22.8 billion, seeking security if the U.S. economy goes south. The bank also maintains a strong liquidity and capital position with cash levels reaching $960 billion. Citi did not immediately return Fortune's request for comment. So there you have it. And as I stated earlier in this video, it should serve as a warning to you all. Now, the banks are preparing themselves for an economic downturn. And my warning to you all is you all should be doing the same right now. Prepare yourself for an economic downturn. If the banks are preparing themselves for it, please believe that it's a possibility that it's going to happen, and it's a possibility that things may be going south very soon. So if you are someone who is out there and you have credit cards, be careful with your credit card spending. Please cut down on your discretionary spending. And some of you may say, what is discretionary spending? That's using your credit cards on things that are not necessities. So let's say you want to take some leisure trips, or you want to go out to eat with your friends just to have fun, or you want to go shopping and buy clothes that you really don't need, but you're into fashion, or you're into wearing nice accessories, whatever it may be. Please cut down on your discretionary spending, because majority of us are going to need money during this economic downturn, and you don't want to continue to build up that credit card debt, because you're going to end up digging yourself out of the hole. And as you see, when it came to student loans, no one bailed you out, and it's going to more than likely be the same thing when it comes to these credit cards and this credit card debt. So for the sake of yourself and your loved ones and your family, whoever it may be that you take care of, be sure that you do cut down on discretionary spending. Of course, I'm just someone on YouTube who's talking. I'm not an expert. I'm not a guru. I'm not certified financially. I'm not any of those things. But as a normal person like you all are, I'm telling you that it would probably be wise to cut down on your discretionary spending from here on out, because things may get ugly. But I wanted to share this article with you all to let you all know what's going on, because if the banks are starting to prepare themselves, we all should start to prepare ourselves as well. And if you're watching this, be sure to share this with your loved ones, because they need to know what's going on as well. But that's the article. Like I stated, the link is in the description box. I advise you all to read it and give it a read. But before you do that, be sure to take my latest poll. And the way you take my latest poll is you click on my profile pic here on YouTube and you go to my homepage. And once you're on my homepage, scroll over to my post section. You'll see it at the top of the page. Scroll over to where it says post, and you'll be able to take my latest poll, participate in my latest poll. And I also have other polls for you to participate in there as well. But I just wanted to make this video for you all. I hope you all are preparing yourselves for what's about to come. If you're new here and you're feeling the vibe, this is Water Your Soil. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on all notifications. That way you don't miss a future video, because I post often. That's clicking on that bell and selecting all. Also, this goes to every single one of you, my subscribers included. Be sure to hit the like button. It literally takes 1 second. It lets the algorithm know you support this video and this channel. Please don't shortchange me on hitting the like button. This is Water Your Soil. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'm out. What's going on? This is Nell from Water Your Soil. So as someone who went from a 549 credit score all the way up to the 800s, I decided to share the same information that helped me go from poor credit to excellent credit. This book is titled Strategies to Master Credit. I put everything in this book, everything that helped me go from poor credit to excellent credit. All of the information is in this book. So I want you all to purchase this book. A lot of you have already purchased it, but it's available currently right now on Amazon.com and also MasterCreditBook.com. It's titled Strategies to Master Credit. You want this book. It has all the information needed in order for you to go from poor credit to excellent credit, or just simply maintain your good or excellent credit score. So get the book ASAP. And if you want something more in depth, you could take the course over at www.wateryoursoil.com. It's more in depth. There are actually chapters in this course, and it walks you through basically how FICO credit scores come about and how they're determined. And really, once you learn how FICO scores come about and the concept of credit scores, then you're pretty much on your way to either going from poor credit to good credit, or just maintaining a good or excellent credit score. So if you want something more in depth, I have the course over at www.wateryoursoil.com. All right.